your pause button if necessary. Okay, let's begin. Okay, here we go. I arrived in Guatemala on the Day of the Dead, November 1st. Did I arrive in Guatemala?
Yes, I arrived at
Yes, I arrived in Guatemala. Where did I arrive?
I arrived in Guatemala.
Guatemala, right? I arrived in Guatemala. I arrived in Guatemala on the Day of the Dead.
On the Day of the Dead.
November 1st. Who arrived in Guatemala on the Day of the Dead?
I arrived in Guatemala.
AJ. I arrived in Guatemala on the Day of the Dead. November 1st.
AJ.
Did I arrive in Guatemala on November 3rd?
No, November 1st.
No, I didn't arrive in Guatemala on November 3rd. I arrived in Guatemala on November 1st. What day did I arrive in Guatemala?
On November 1st.
November 1st.
November
I arrived in Guatemala on November 1st. Where did I arrive on November 1st?
Guatemala. I arrived in Guatemala.
Right? I arrived in Guatemala on November 1st. I arrived in Guatemala on the Day of the Dead, November 1st. I was curious about this holiday, so I went to the cemetery to see what was happening. Was I angry about this holiday?
No, I wasn't angry.
No, I wasn't angry about this holiday.
Angry.
Was I sad about this holiday?
No, I wasn't sad on holiday.
No, I wasn't sad about this holiday. I was curious about this holiday.
Curious.
Who was curious about this holiday?
Me.
I was, AJ. I was curious about this holiday.
I was curious.
What was I curious about?
This for holiday.
The holiday.
I
was curious about the holiday. Which holiday was I curious about?
I was curious
Which
about
holiday was I curious about?
Day of the Dead. The Day of the Dead.
The Day of the Dead.
The Day
I
of the
was
Dead.
curious about the Day of the Dead.
The Day of the Dead.
Was I curious about the Day of the Dead? Or was I curious about Christmas?
I was curious about the Day of the Dead. The Day of the Dead.
Of course.
The Day of the Dead.
I was curious about the Day of the Dead. So I went to the cemetery to see what was happening.
To see.
Where did I go?
I went to cemetery.
I went to the cemetery.
The cemetery.
Did I go to the cemetery?
Yes.
Or did I go to the airport?
I went to the cemetery.
I went to the cemetery.
Cemetery.
Who went to the cemetery?
Others. I
went to the cemetery. Where did I go? To the cemetery.
Cemetery.
I went to the cemetery.
To cemetery.
When did I go to the cemetery?
On November 1st.
November 1st.
November 1st.
The Day of the Dead.
The Day of the Dead.
On the Day of the Dead. November 1st. Why did I go to the cemetery?
Because I was
Well, to
serious.
see what was happening. I went to the cemetery to see what was happening.
To see what
Who went to the cemetery to see what was happening?
Edis.
Me, AJ, went to the cemetery to see what was happening. Where was the cemetery? In Guatemala. The cemetery was in Guatemala. What is the Day of the Dead?
Was
a holiday. The Day of the Dead
a
is
holiday.
a holiday.
Is a holiday.
When is the Day of the Dead?
On November 1st.
November 1st.
November
The
1st.
Day of the Dead was and is November 1st.
November 1st.
So I went to the cemetery on the Day of the Dead to see what was happening. What I found was quite interesting.
What I found.
Was it boring?
No, it wasn't boring. It was interesting.
Was it interesting?
Yes, it was interesting.
Yes, it was
Interesting.
The cemetery was
interesting.
How did I feel about the cemetery?
I feel interesting.
I felt it was interesting.
I felt it.
Or I thought
it
was interesting. Was it boring or was it interesting?
It was interesting.
It was
Interesting.
Of course, it was interesting. What was interesting?
Yes, it was.
The cemetery. The cemetery was interesting.
The cemetery was interesting.
When was the cemetery interesting?
On November
It was
1st.
interesting on the Day of the Dead.
On the day of
November.
From the yesterday.
Okay, the atmosphere
In
the cemetery
was
like
a party.
Was the atmosphere very sad? No, the atmosphere was not sad. The atmosphere was like a party. The atmosphere was very happy. Was the atmosphere sad?
No.
Or happy?
Happy. The atmosphere was happy. Was
the atmosphere was
happy.
Like a party.
Like a party.
What was like a party?
Was the word? Yes.
The atmosphere. The
Was
atmosphere in the cemetery was like a party.
Was like a party.
Where was the atmosphere like a party?
In Guatemala. On the Day of the Dead.
The cemetery.
Cemetery.
The atmosphere was like a party in the cemetery. Was the atmosphere like a party at my house?
No. In cemetery.
No, not at my house.
In cemetery.
The atmosphere was like a party in the cemetery. The atmosphere was not like a party in my house. So the atmosphere was like a party. There were people everywhere. Families were sitting around the graves of their dead ancestors. Where were the families sitting?
Sitting around the
Around the grave.
Around the graves.
Right? They were sitting around the
They
graves.
were around the graves.
Who was sitting around the graves?
The families was sitting around the
The
grave.
families were sitting around the graves. Were they sitting around the trees?
No.
No. They
No,
weren't
around
sitting
the trees.
around the trees.
They was sitting
They were
around
sitting around
on
the
the
graves.
around the grave.
So, where were they sitting?
Around the
The
grave.
graves.
Around the grave.
Families were sitting around the graves of their dead ancestors.
Of their dead ancestors.
Were they sitting around the graves of their dead ancestors?
Yes.
Yes. They were sitting around the graves
On
of their
their
dead
dead
ancestors.
on
Were they sitting around the graves of their friends?
No. Their dead ancestors.
No, not really.
Their
They
dead
were sitting
ancestors.
around the graves of their dead ancestors.
Ancestors.
Who was sitting around the graves?
The families.
Right? Families were
Family
sitting
was
around the
sitting.
graves. Whose graves were they sitting around? Whose graves were they sitting around?
Dead ancestors. Ancestors.
Yes, their dead ancestors.
Their dead
ancestors.
ancestors.
Their ancestors' graves. They were sitting around the graves of their dead ancestors. Were they sitting around the graves of